Hello, my name is Commissar Hecht, and welcome to the Altus Pop Expo. I have an interview with the most honorable guest, Mr. Jerry Bennett. He is a artist for Marvel, LucasArts, Sci-Ban, Learner's Kids, anything and anything that you could possibly think of as nerd. And to show his credentials, we're going to go over to the wall. And look, there's all this wonderful stuff. So without further ado, we're going to start asking questions of Mr. Jerry Bennett. So first thing I want to say is, how long have you been doing professional art for the companies they're in?
Well, I've been doing freelance. I've been doing professional freelance work since about 2010. Okay. And I think that's when I actually became a full-time freelance artist. And I had done licensed work. I've actually done licensed work before that. Probably back 2007, I think. Actually, I think I did my first licensed Marvel T-shirt. Okay. Back then, and so I've been creating licensed work for like you mentioned, half of them Marvel, Saban, DreamWorks. Got to do some storyboard art for them and Mattel. I just recently, and it's not some of it's not always professional per se, but like I've gotten to work with celebrities of some of these licenses. Like I just finished a fun children's picture book with the second Pink Power Ranger actress.
Oh, okay.
And so,
very nice.
Yeah,
nice.
so that comes out later this year. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Okay, all right. So what's your primary, like, if someone who is maybe not as educated or erudite in the comic book stuff, what is your cap and trade? Like your standard, like, do you do shirts? Do you do story panel? Do you do comic books? Do you do art cards? What's your main bread and butter topic? Oh,
well, my main bread and butter is, that's a good question, because I make a lot of different, there's a lot of different sources where my income comes in. Right. So like, going to Comic-Cons often is a huge bread and butter. I do a lot of client work. I do a lot of simple t-shirt design work for, companies that are just looking to do t-shirts on a scale for like the biggest company is this one Houndstooth Press, where they do all the shirts for fraternities and sororities. Oh, right. Because fraternities and sororities seem like they have a t-shirt need for every week of the year. So I was always creating a lot of t-shirt design work for them. It's just a lot of different areas. I'll get a lot of different freelance projects through clients, whether it's to create a portrait or create a comic book. I've done several comic book stories for a local author for his Okie Comics magazine. Okay, all right. And that's been a super fun project. In fact, anyone can read that at okiecomics.com. So I've done short stories in each of the first four issues. So for those aspiring / starving artists per se, right, that are in the grind, they haven't gotten like their feet in, what do you have for them, like as in probably sage advice, or help me Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'm your only hope kind of advice? Sure. Like what would you say to them? Well, I would say keep practicing. It's always about strengthening your skills, strengthening your artwork. Keep producing. I get a lot of compliments saying how prolific I am in my art, and so I attribute my success to creating a lot of work and putting a lot of it out there on social media. You want people to. You're not going to be able to sell your work if people can't see your work. Right. And so there is a bravery in about showing. I know a lot of artists are very self-conscious about their art, and so I would suggest, just start getting braver about showing your stuff, putting it on social media. Instagram is great. Facebook is not as great. Behance is actually a great online portfolio you can create and get your stuff sent out, and a great network of artists you can actually get inspired by and encourage as well. And I would say, do not give up. There's an audience for your art, and it may take a long time. I was working in a door and plywood shop for 16 years before I got to do this full time. And so I if I gave up, I would not be this crazy, insane guy that you see before you now. It's a joyous, and I'll even confess I don't make near the money that I made when I was doing the door and plywood shop. But I've never been so content, so happy, loving what I'm doing, and I'm surviving. I'm living joyfully, and so don't give up.
Good. All right. And then the final thing, because after that wonderful speech, what do you feel is like your best work so far, or something that you're just more you gravitate more towards?
Well, I'm proud of a lot of my work. I will say that my Stanley Foundation I'm very proud of, because it was actually commissioned by the Stanley Foundation. He had seen my work at a convention in Salt Lake City, and he had his people contact me to create work for him, and so I got to do that, and I got to do this promotional work, which was actually used as badge art as well for a Stanley convention in Dallas.
Very nice, very nice.
So I'm proud of a lot of my work. I'm really proud of a lot of the stories that I'm telling in my comics.
Right.
And a lot of the work that I've gotten to do for a lot of those licenses, I'm very proud of as well.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Mr. Bennett. As always, this is a lovely conversation. I can't believe I'm in the same room as you. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I am unworthy. I am unworthy. All right, everyone. That was Jeremy Bennett. I've got more interviews. I interviewed some of the local cosplayers and whatnot. I'm going to be doing another footage walk around here soon. I'm still starstruck, guys. I'm just like, oh my God, it's Jeremy Bennett! So forgive me for the commissar not keeping his composure, but he's next to the Adeptus Astartes of awesome. Yeah, it's one of the many. But anyway, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.